Hey, welcome to the kitchen. It is a wonderful night for a little wine and a very fabulous dinner. And you know what I love about this particular recipe is I was inspired by our new subscription from our Taste Buds. So Taste Buds is this surprise and delight that shows up at your house once a month. It fills you with some great ideas of what's for dinner, and it gives you resources with cooking techniques, a secret club online so that you can go on and get support from our own test kitchens, as well as all the other Taste Buds subscribers. So it's really that question to what's for dinner. You know, and that's the one question that drives us all absolutely crazy. So let me show you what it was. Here is my very first subscription. I got a pouch of 3 onion, all-purpose dill, and seasoning salt, which we're going to be using today in our vegetable pasta dish, as well as 3 fabulous recipes to feed my family. And this is the one that we're going to be making today. Doesn't that look absolutely scrumptious? 1 skillet, 15 minutes, done, dinner done. Love it. And what's really nice about this is the back gives you all kinds of little cooking tips, like make sure you put a lot of salt in your salted water when you're boiling the pasta, and that you can make your pasta ahead of time. So if you've overcooked some pasta one night, save some for the next day or two later so that you could be making this dish up. And what I love about this is that it helps you utilize your seasonings in tons of different ways that you wouldn't have thought of. Like I would have never thought of putting seasoning salt in a pasta dish. But here we are, we're trying this one tonight. So I'm gonna leave that card out. And it also gives you food swaps in there. So say for example, you don't have frozen peas, which I don't. I'm gonna be substituting zucchini instead. So it tells you what you can mix and match and stuff like that. Then it also gives you this great card with 4 other ideas for every single recipe. So you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 recipes to deal with those pouches. 12 new ideas. Now these are you can subscribe month by month, at a 3-month trial, or a 6 months. And of course, the longer your subscription, the lower the cost is. So I'm going to be popping some information in the show about that and online about that. So keep an eye out for the Taste Buds post, and you can ask me more questions. So for dinner tonight, we've got our pasta vegetable bake. We're going to get that going. Inside of my rotisserie, the air fryer, I'm not sure if you could see that. I've got a rotisserie chicken in here. And I'm going to turn it on just for a few more minutes because it's not quite where I want it to be. So air fry, rotate, change my time because I do not need another 25 minutes, maybe another 8, and go. So easy. Now, the chicken is seasoned with a little bit of our garlic rub, and I did use some rosemary herb. And I love this because you can have like a roast chicken in 45 to 50 minutes depending on the size of it. So this is going to take me 50 minutes because it's already been in there for 45. So we're going to get going on our pasta recipe. And inside of my skillet, I'm going to heat up my oil. Put a little bit of olive oil in there. There. All right. Keep my card handy so I know what I'm doing. And I've got all my prepped vegetables here on my flexible cutting mat. So I'm using carrots, zucchini, and fresh cherry tomatoes inside of here. So you're just going to let the oil heat up a bit. And while the oil is heating, I might as well sip some wine. All right. So, and while it's heating, I'll share a little tidbit about the pasta. So I made the pasta up ahead of time. I used our kitchen scale because measuring 12 ounces of pasta is a little bit tricky. So I did lay the tossed it down on top of the digital scale so that I could get the exact amount. And then I cooked this, rinsed it with cold water to get rid of the starch so that it wouldn't stick, and then just put a couple teaspoons of olive oil in it and tossed it so that it could sit here without getting sticky. And this is a trick that chefs use in a restaurant so that they can cook up lots of pasta ahead of time and then finish their fresh sauces and their fresh skillet meals just like we're doing, super fast to get it to your dinner table. And look at how nice. It's not stuck, it's not overcooked, it's just really, really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside, give myself some room. As you can tell, I have a little wee kitchen, so I am working between two countertops. So pardon me while you see me exit and come back, exit and come back. Alrighty. Now, there we go. Our olive oil is getting nice and heated. Going to take our new pasta server with the wood handle in here, and in goes our carrots. And you're going to cook those for 3 or 4 minutes, okay? Just till they get a little bright in color and they soften a bit. And my husband bought 10 pounds of carrots, and I honestly thought, how am I ever going to finish them up? And believe me, between carrot ginger soup in the blender and Thanksgiving dinner and the different recipes we've been making, I am already partway through that great big 10 pounds of carrots. I cannot believe it. I was making fun of him, but maybe it's a good thing that he is frugal and bought that many carrots. So let's get that sitting there and just cooking away. Chicken smells amazing. The one thing about online cooking is I don't get to feed you. So we need to figure that one out. Maybe curbside pickup. When you're driving past my road one day, you message me ahead of time and you say, I'm in your area, curbside pickup, please. Or we'll create a teleporter thing online so we could teleport food back and forth to each other. All right. Here's another thing that I love about the air fryer, by the way. I had to sideboard for a second, little squirrel, is this little light. So just like the Delicious commercial, you know, is you're staring at the pizza, here's me staring at my beautifully golden brown chicken cooking around in there. Now in the air fryer, you can do so many other things. Like tonight is normally like a fish fry night. So you could do your fresh fish, you can crisp it up in there. You could do your chicken wings, your french fries, your matzo sticks. I did fried zucchini last weekend. I do deep fried pickles. Well, fried pickles, right? Not deep fried. Grilled vegetables, bake a cake. Oh my gosh, it's like an easy bake oven for grown-up people on the counter. It works so awesome. And I will tell you, about 90% of my oven cooking has now moved into the, I was going to call it the easy bake oven. Into my air fryer, because why turn on an oven that has to preheat for 10 to 12 minutes, waste of time right there, when I can already have 10 minutes of pure cooking time. So I did a side-by-side, which is kind of interesting. I tried a brand new recipe the other day in our small oval enamel cast iron baker, and it had a baked ricotta cheese. Oh my gosh, I will share that recipe because it is so very, very good. And the recipe said to cook on 425 for 35 minutes. I put it on 375 in the air fryer, and it cooked in 20 minutes to perfection. So you can see the time saving right there. And they're very, very easy to clean up. All right, our carrots are getting a little bit brighter. I can tell you these carrots we bought take a longer time to cook. On Thanksgiving Day, we've steamed them forever. So I'm going to give them a little bit longer than what it calls for. All right. So you can see the carrots, when they start to get that bright, bright color, they're starting to soften and get delicious. So what is for dinner at your house? What are you having for dinner tonight? We don't usually eat this late, but I wanted to make sure you all got home in time. And I got to see a few of you here while I cooked. All right. Do you ever do this? You know when you're cooking, and I'm hungry right now, just take one of those and give it a little taste. Yes, it is getting nice and soft. And sweeter. Okay, now I'm gonna throw in my zucchini. Or if you had cauliflower, or if you had peas, if you had asparagus, anything like that. Give those a gentle little toss in there. And I'm using roast chicken today because this particular dish doesn't have any meat in it. And I thought, you know what, rotisserie chicken is a really wonderful one to show you because you can cook once and produce 2 to 3 meals, depending on what you want to do. So for Rob and I, we're gonna have a little bit of the chicken with our pasta. But then I got leftovers for chicken fajitas, or chicken wrap sandwiches, or chicken salad. Then from all of that, you can also go ahead and drop that chicken with a little bit of water, seasoning, garlic, lemon, and some veggies, and cook that down and make a delicious broth as well. So that's awesome and fantastic. So chicken is one of those meals, like a whole chicken, that could feed you for a week, in all honesty. So I have a new little puppy, and her name is Lucy, and Lucy just came in from outside, and she thinks I taste delicious. So she's trying to chew my slipper as I cook here. Oh, this is looking so good, so good. Okay, so let me let those vegetables cook a little wee bit, and I'm going to show you the chicken. Okay, so push that back a little bit. Hopefully you can still see okay inside. Look at that deliciousness. Yeah. So I'm going to take the digital thermometer, just make sure that my chicken is cooked, because nobody wants uncooked chicken. Yuck. It's not the way you say I love you. And when you're checking your chicken, you always want to get into that fat part between the leg and the thigh. The leg and the thigh, the leg and the breast, and not hit a bone. Oh yeah, we are well done, ladies and gentlemen. That is like at 190 degrees. Now, if you cooked your chicken in the oven to 190 degrees, tell me, would that not be leather going on? Now, this all comes with your air fryer. So we're gonna be able to reach right inside there. Just let me put this on an angle and pull out that delicious looking chicken. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? And I'm going to grab my platter. There we go. And we're going to flip it over so I can show you the other side of it. Chicken is done. Isn't that awesome? So I'm going to let that sit there and rest while I finish up our pasta dish with you. And to clean the air fryer, there's a little bit of grease on the bottom drip tray, which I'm going to just dump out and then throw that into the soapy water. And then I only have to wipe this out with a hot soapy cloth rag, and then we are done. Now, if you're doing something like bacon or a lot of batches of chicken wings, this door does remove for easy cleanup. All right. Vegetables are done. So the next thing that we're going to add in, 2 tablespoons of wine. I measured so I could cook responsibly. And let that simmer in there. Okay. 2/3 cup of heavy cream. Is this looking good yet? Grabbing the chicken broth. A 1/2 cup of chicken stock. Okay, that's all cooked in there together. And now you're just gonna toss in your pasta. And get that all mixed in together. Now it says to top it with a little bit of panko crumbs with Parmesan cheese and some more of the seasoning salt mix in it. So you can do that if you wish. I didn't have any panko crumbs in the house today, but I really wanted to make this dish together with you. So I am going to skip that part of it. Let this get that sauce cooking through the pasta. Get my pasta heated up. And it is time for the seasoning salt. And it says two teaspoons of seasoning salt. Okay. You know what? This doesn't smell like normal seasoning salt. Every time I think of seasoning salt, I think of how salty your fries and everything gets, and it gives you that awful leftover taste in your mouth. And I have tried our seasoning salt before on some wedged potatoes, and it is so delicious. Now, what's neat about this is it has a blend of savory garlic, oregano, and parsley and peppers blended into that salt. So you've got an amazing kick of flavor inside of it. And to finish this off, before I head to the table and add my fresh Parmesan cheese right at the dinner table, just a little bit of fresh lemon zest. And lemon with chicken actually brings out the flavor of your meats and of your sauces and stuff like that. So even a little squirt of lemon in the bottom of a chicken stock, like at the end of a chicken stock when it's done, is absolutely delicious. So we're gonna add that in there. And dinner is ready to go down to the dinner table. There we go. That was easy. Where's my easy button? So just gonna heat that through until it's nice and hot, and we are going to the dinner table. Bon appetit and happy weekend.